Hello and good morning. This video is for the crossover Chief Architect Front-End exam. The objective here is to build a system that resembles a message board, and that's exactly what we did. So here we are. I like first everyone to check out how it was done. In the front end, it was made with AngularJS 1.4 and material design. On the back end, I used OWIN, WEBAPI, auth, authentication, and a CQS pattern, command and query separation pattern. I will try to show it really quickly. So let's go. The first thing people see when they get in the site is two things. They have access to a very brief topics that have already been added. It cannot add a new one, but he can sign up or log in. If he tries to access a route that is not authenticated for, the system doesn't let anyone go, and required information have to be suppressed. So let's go. First thing, you can sign up, easily create an account. Let's go to testing account. If anything goes wrong and password doesn't match or anything like that, it will alert you. Okay, the user is created. Now all you have to do is log in. Let's use the same account, the same user. Okay. When you log in, you get access to the features that was not available at the moment, like a submenu where you can list topics, create new topic, or you can just click to read the posts have already been made. Everything works flawless. If you really need to ask add a reply, it can be made right away below. This is very cool website. And everything works just as expected. And so let's go. You can only edit a topic that you own. So like this is my topic. Here is my topic. It doesn't matter if it has reply, it has replies. You can edit here. So this is my topic updated. Okay. If you try to access a topic that has not been created by you, you do not have a permission access to update it or delete it. You can only add comments. I haven't added new features to update or delete and reply, because that's enough to show the objective here. So for less, let's just erase it. It will ask for confirmation. If you confirm, and it's gone. So here you can log out. You lose immediately access to all the features. And get back to the front end page. All the design is responsive and ready for cellular. Okay, so that's the front end. On the back end, one very important thing to notice is that it's been made with a CQS pattern in mind. What that means is that first here we have a separation of front end and back end. The backend is in another server, so it's on 9,000 ports, and here we can try to access. It's like API user /current. Authorization has been denied for this request. It's all based on auth, so it requires an JWT token to access this resource. And here is the front end. It's running on port 10,000, and this is very nice because first it can be hosted on an IS server like Azure or a Node.js server. It doesn't matter where you put your front end. It has no dependence at all with anything else besides HTML and JavaScript. And the backend, it's running on Web API. Here you can check some of the controllers. Let's take a look. It's using inversion of control in all its features. So here you can see I inject stuff. It has authorization rules. It's very thin controller because of the pattern. You have no logic at all. So look how thin are these topics. Like the topic controller, it's basically just a mediator. It's sending stuff and getting back in return. It doesn't do much more than that. That's a very nice. So let's check it out. We have been using AutoMapper, so we can map our commands and our domains to controllers, and command to domains and domains to queries. And here would be the hub, but I haven't got to the point to put it online because I had problems with SignAware and the course. So even though the feature is here, it's not enabled yet. Here I have all the providers. You have the authorization set that has been overwritten, so it can work with JWT since it's not build available by Microsoft. And the commands is his. The command is always made by two things. What the user sends, like create a comment, he has to send this information, and the handler that says how it's done. So here it's how the processing is done. It's also very thin controllers. Most of the work is done by entity and AutoMapper, so there is not much here. We have a global exception handler, and here we have another project just to build the dependencies for the IOC containers. So here we inject the context and all the modules, and it makes completely separation. What does it mean is that I can host all the inserts, updates, and deletes on a server that can be vertical scalable, and all the queries on other servers like 5, 10 servers. So this architecture is really scalable. On the query parts, it's being formed by three things. The first is the query, what the user sends, the query handler, how it will be processed and all the housing rules, and what he will get. So he doesn't get any information that's not available here. It's very secure pattern and very scalable. And I have the domains. Here's where I map all the entities to the backend. It have auditable entities, so most of the properties that have been used in all entities, it's isolated. And for the last, we have a security API just for things that need to be shared across all layers of the project. It's a very secure pattern, and even if two people have the same password, it will show different at the database, so it's hard to break it. Not impossible, but hard. And the front end, it's being built with Angular, and tests are with Karma. So here in the app, it's divided in directives, filters, libs are all the external projects that has been used, and modules is our application. So here we have the list comments directive. That would be this part here. Let me log in. the least part is this component here. So when I add, it's been listening for new things, and the code just makes it really simple. Let's show here like our views, our view topic. It's being organized. Look, here is an example of a directive. It lists comments, a directive to add comments. And there is no ng controller in this application. Everything is built with controller has syntax. Let's take a look in our controllers, like keep topic controller. It's being used, all style guides that's being active today by the community. It's minimized safe. Everything is working without a scope, so it's really easy to test. It's really small controllers because it's been well divided. It's being used with router, and the routes are separated, and if anything goes wrong, it doesn't allow the user to have access. Like to require a user, you can just simply add in a route require authenticated user. If this besides requiring authenticated user, it restricts to some roles, you could just say allow roles to admin and a super user. And if the user is not authenticated or is not part of these roles, he will not have access. So very easy syntax that has been built here. There are many directives here just to work and make it simple to integrate with the application. Everything is being tested. There are no filters right now, was not necessary. And all the architecture is being divided in common. Common are all the features that is being shared by the application. So for example, the auth controller. On the services, it's divided in factories. Here, like we have the app resource where you get access to the backend, or global exception. This would be the integration with SignalR for real-time notifications, but unfortunately it has not been implemented in this version yet. Here where we intercept and mock things for testing. Here we have providers like an authorization provider where all the rules to make it secure. All the services, notification services, retrack if you try to access a resource or how you do not have access. Once you get this access right, all the past posts and queries will be retried, so you don't lose what you are doing. All the security service, user service, a view stage service where you can type anything and move to another route. When you get back, you have not lose any information. All the views. So it's really simple project, but well, in my opinion, very well organized. The tests can be run in just like with Grunt as a test runner, like test unit tests. It will run all tests. Right now it's an example, but let's have it running here. It will just take a couple of seconds the first time I'm starting it here. But as you see, it will run. Oh, and here it goes. It will start the Karma. It will starting with a Phantom.js browser. Oh, and it's executed. Let's show 15 of 16. I'm not sure why one is skipped. Probably it's marked to skip, and I forgot to take it off. Here is a summary of the code coverage of the application. The red parts has no tests. The green ones are the ones that have been tested. So for this application, we have a 52.49% code coverage. and it really helps you understand where you need to focus your testing and where is already enough to protect you from future headaches. Okay, what else I can show? I think this is most of it. And oh, it's being hosted online in App Harbor. So here's the address: crossover cafa apphb.com. Here you can log in and try this application online yourself and check out the features, look for improvements. I always love to read improvements. I love to work with an CKS partner here. It was like my second time I implemented this backend feature, and really is a very interesting pattern to put in the backend. Well, I don't know if my token is still valid, but it's sure my internet's not very good today here. Oh, here it goes. I think now the site is live and I can access. You all be able to access it online too. Now it's working smoothly. Probably just something with shared servers needing to restart the application after some time it stops. Okay guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this presentation, and I'm available to talk and show some more code talking about specific parts, and I appreciate everything. I hope we can work together, and thanks.